2, 1. Oh, y'all. It started without me. Hey, y'all, hey. Hey, y'all, hey. Hi, guys. I need to send this out, right? I do. All right, so I gotta get up real quick. There we go. All right. Hey, y'all, hey. How are y'all today? So, what's up, y'all? It's Maka. What's up, Mr. Abel? Thank you for joining me. Today we were supposed to have the one and only B Nicole, but we have rescheduled her for Sunday, and y'all know that's outside of my regular hours, but we made a special adjustment for her because she wasn't able to make it for me today. But instead of having our lovely guests, I will be talking to you guys about the differences between the golden child and the black sheep. So this episode will be titled Episode 20 of Let's Make It Make Sense. The black sheep versus the golden child. And I just feel like that's a good topic because not too many people like to talk about it. So I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of Let's Make It Make Sense. All right. And we're going to dive deep into like the human psychology of the things and relationships and the patterns that shape the people that we become ultimately. Oh, and I do have a script for this one. I got a little bit of a cough, so I'm gonna need y'all to work with me as this episode goes on, because I am trying to overcome it and keep it back, but it keep popping out every once in a while. Okay, so let me talk about why I came up with this topic. So I have custody stuff going on right now, with me having custody of my sisters and then my parents and stuff. And there was a statement that was made during the meeting that we had earlier today where I was referred to as not part of the family. And it kind of triggered that thought in my head where it was like, I ain't never really been a part of this family. Like, yeah, we share the same blood and the same last name, but y'all ain't never treated me like I was a part of the family. Like, I consider my brother the golden child, and I was the black sheep. And with that being said, I always, like, people ask me, like, what's the difference between y'all? I'm like, our birthday's the same day. We're a year apart, but he was loved and I was raised. And I don't think people understand that either. That's something that we'll have to dive into later as I'm personalizing this conversation. Because I genuinely feel like he was a golden child. Like, he could get away with stuff that I could never get away with. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. So, like, if you grew up feeling like you could never do anything right and that your siblings could do no wrong, then you're familiar with these family archetypes, the black sheep and the golden child. Like, so the black sheep and the golden child are two roles that often emerge in dysfunctional family systems, but they're not just about favoritism. Not at all. It's not just about favoritism. There could be mechanisms reflecting a deeper emotional dynamic within the family. So today we're going to unpack that. Like, we're going to unpack these roles and what they really mean, where they come from, and how they affect people in their adulthood. And most importantly, how to break free from them. Like, how to move on, you know? That's ultimately what the goal of today is. So, normally this is where I'd have some type of sound effect, but my stuff isn't working today. My soundboard's not working today. It's not working how I would like it to. So we're going to like dive into that. So first I'm going to start by like defining what the black sheep and the golden child actually is. And then we're going to go a little deeper into each archetype. Okay. Let me get some water. This is just one of those days, right? All right. So the black sheep is typically the family member who stands out, the one who doesn't quite fit in with the family's like expectations. They might be rebellious, independent, outspoken, or even just emotionally honest in the family. In the family that prefers to have things like swept under the rug and just like act like, oh, this never happened. They're the one who's going to tell you, they're going to tell you how it is. They're going to tell you straightforward, this is that, I'm not dealing with that. I relate more with the black sheep than I do with what would be considered the golden child. Because like the black sheep often gets the blame for the family problems. They're criticized for being difficult or labeled a troublemaker, or even more even when they're just being their authentic selves. Like, it's like they're the ones who are looking for a problem is what most family members would consider them to be, which is crazy because I don't think that's genuinely what it is. Like, it's never like I felt like I was trying to cause a problem, but it was like I wanted to be I didn't want to be, but I was the only one who wanted to bring to light the things that were going on in the family that everybody was trying to act like didn't happen. So you know that what's happening in this house, stay in this house. I wasn't the kid that listened to that. No, that lady just smacked me in the face with a stick and told me to tell you I failed. No, I'm telling you what it is. But moving forward, we still have some stuff to discuss before I get too deep into my own personal experiences with identifying as the black sheep. Okay. And then like on the other hand, like the golden child is the one who can do no wrong. I need to adjust this. Sorry. The one who can do no wrong, and or where was I at? Yeah, they can do no wrong. Like, they're idolized, praised, and often held up as the family's pride and joy. So like, that was my brother. Like, he could do no wrong. Like, and he was doing stuff. Like, if I did the stuff that he did, I got in trouble for it. I got beat for it. And he was like, oh, well, he's a boy. He could just do that. And that's not cool. But I was getting, like, I was more academic, like, in grades wise and stuff. Like, I got the straight A's. I got the good grades and stuff. And I didn't get, like, acknowledged for it or anything like that. But if he got a B, it was the greatest thing on earth. But for me, no. Oh, no, baby. It didn't matter what good grades I got, what I had going on. It was like, oh, whatever. Like, it was more like whatever when it came to be. But for him, this boy could literally cross the street with his eyes closed and be told, good job. But if I went out into the street, I'm getting my ass beat because why not look both ways? You understand what I'm saying? Like, if me, black sheep, I get in trouble for it. Him, golden child. Oh, you did a great job. Like, what is this? What is this? Like, all right, so, and it's funny because, like, the example that you're trying to use is, like, they got straight A's and they're obedient one, and the one who seems to make the parents like look good on the to the outside world, or it's not always easy for them, easy being the golden child either, because there's like a lot of pressures on them to like manage this image. But at the same time, I don't know. Because is it a possibility to be the black sheep and the golden child? Because I felt like I was always cleaning up somebody else's mess. Like, I was always cleaning up somebody else's mess, and I just didn't get why it always fell on me like that. Like, it's deep. So, while most black sheeps feel like rejected, the golden child often feels trapped. So there's two sides of the same like dysfunctional coin, like in a way. So I guess we're not just talking about their differences, but more like how they relate as well throughout this. I like the other one I had better, but this is what we're doing. Okay, so let's talk about like where these roles come from. Okay, so usually they're born in families where there's unresolved trauma, emotional immaturity, or narcissism. These are conversations that people do not like to have. Why? Because it makes them uncomfortable. But I also feel like getting to the root of the problem is the best way for you to grow. Okay, sorry. Right. So, for instance, in families with narcissistic parents, one child often becomes the golden child, the parent's reflection of perfection, while the other one becomes the scapegoat, or as I call them, the black sheep. The one who gets the blame for everything that goes wrong. So, I don't like the scapegoat dynamic. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair at all. And this is me speaking from experience, not just me trying to have this discussion with you guys. Like, I don't think it's fair for somebody to just get all the blame for everything that's going wrong, because why is everything my fault? I'm supposed to be aren't I your child too? Like, so psychologists call this the family scapegoat dynamic. It's basically emotionally triangulation. Y'all knew what word I was trying to say. The parent divides the children into roles that serve their own emotional needs. So the dynamic of the household is kind of separated based on how the parents feel. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. My house was dysfunctional, but the caps come off. But you gotta make sure you put my clips back on when you're done. Yeah. All right. And it's heartbreaking because neither child is truly seen for who they truly are. The golden child is loved conditionally only as long as they perform, and the black sheep is punished for being their authentic self. So this is exactly what I said. So I feel like me and my brother, he was the golden child and I was the black sheep. So I was raised and he was loved. And when I say that to people, a lot of people be like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is my brother was loved growing up. Like, he got away with certain things. Like, they cared about whether or not his feelings would be hurt or not. Like, for me, I was raised. So they were teaching me things growing up. And somebody told me once that, well, maybe that means that they cared about you more. I was like, I think it was just a fucked up situation all around the board. It wasn't just about, oh, how do you feel, what's going on type. No, it was just a fucked up situation all around the board, because why are you treating your, like, it was to an extent that me and my brothers like started to bump heads, because he was like, no, they care more about you, and I'm like, no, they care more about you. My brother was getting brand name shoes and shit. Like they bought him brand new Jordans, but the Jordans you give me, the jump in the wrong direction. You got these is fake. These is fake, and now I gotta go to school with fake Jordans on. They gonna make fun of me, but he got real ones on. So I don't understand. What's the difference? What was the difference between me and him? Why couldn't you do the same stuff for me? And like with all that, like, and that sets the stage for like years of misunderstandings between the siblings who might not even realize that they're being manipulated into these roles. So like, it was a lot, like, for me. And thank you. Like, for me personally, it was like, why do we have to go back and forth? Like, why do you feel like it's a competition thing with me and you? I never wanted to compete with you. I never wanted to be compared to you. I just wanted to live my own life. Like, I wanted to be myself. But for some reason, nothing I did in the household was ever enough. Unless it was something that, made them look good. Then they said, oh, look what my daughter did. But that wasn't it all the time. Like, and I was starved for like parental attention. Like, I wanted my parents to acknowledge me or something that I was doing. But they were so worried they were more focused on what my brother was doing and everything else. It was kind of weird to me. Like, for real. Like, and they blatantly would say that, like, oh, he's the golden child. Like, they would say it out loud, like, in my face. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, dang, that's crazy work. Like, wow. So, like, all right, so let's, like, make this, like, a more of we're going to go deeper into, like, the tangibleness of this. So, imagine a family of 4. A mom, a dad, and 2 kids. For the sake of this conversation, we're going to call them Alex and Jordan. All right, so Alex is a straight A student, captain of the soccer team, always polite. And Jordan, on the other hand, he struggles in school, he questions authority, and speaks up when things feel unfair. All right? So mom and dad constantly compare them. Why can't you be more like Alex? Jordan starts to internalize the idea that they are the problem. Okay? So like Jordan starts to feel like he's the problem. And then Alex, even though they're like Alex is being praised, they start to feel the love is conditional, like they have to be perfect in order to earn it. So it's like, if I'm not being good enough for you, then you're not going to acknowledge me. So yeah, like that's deep, right? So fast forward 20 years, and Jordan, the black sheep, might have cut off contact, working on healing independently, and Alex, the golden child, might still be trying to live up to impossible standards, struggling with being burnt out and perfectionism. And here's the twist, right? Ultimately, they're both victims of the same system. Like, that's the biggest kicker. Like, they're both victims of the same system. Like, for me, I felt like me and my brother, like, we would have got along if it wasn't everybody trying to put us against each other. Like, golden child here, black sheep here, oh, you got to do this, oh, you're not doing good enough, you're not doing this, well, you're not doing that. Like, if y'all wasn't putting us against each other, we would have got along more growing up. And I do remember a time when we were kids, like when we were little, where we was thick as thieves. We was apes, boom, coons. Like, you couldn't separate us. So, like, for it to evolve to a time where, I want to say the longest me and my brother went without talking was almost, I want to say 3, I don't know, it might have been it was longer than a couple months. I want to say it was almost a year or 2, like a year and a half, 2. almost 2 years that we went without talking at all. Hi! Thank you for coming to see me. For those of you who are just now entering the room, we are discussing the difference between the black sheep. Well, the differences and similarities between the black sheep of the family and the golden child. And like, yeah, so like, I felt like me and my brother, we were cool for mad long, and when we were little. And then like in our adolescent years and our early teen years, we started to bump heads about everything. Like, nothing was okay. Like, we didn't get along about nothing, not a single thing. And then like in our late teens, early 20s, we tried to like get along still, but at this point in our lives, we are learning how to heal on our own. So like we don't have like our parents to guide us or to misguide us or lead us in a direction that they like pulling us every which way. So I feel like that's what our that's a different dynamic. I mean, like, if they actually took accountability for what they did and how they made you feel. Not everyone has a family where they're like where they get that. Like, for me, I've never received an apology that was genuine for the things that I've had to experience growing up. Like, all right. So, we're going to talk about the emotional impact right at this point for like the black sheep. Like, it's often a long-term struggle with rejection, low self-esteem, and sometimes even like estrangement. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to have to force somebody to apologize to me. Like, I want somebody to genuinely understand me. So like I'm saying, like, even what you're saying kind of relates to this part of what I'm talking about. That's deep. That's deep. So, my bio father was in prison for 22 years. I was the one of his only children who spoke to him the entire stint that he was in jail for 22 years. And then when he got out of prison, he stopped talking to me. So he was more of a father to me in jail behind bars than he is in the streets. But that's a different conversation for a different day. We're talking about the black sheep and the golden child today. So yeah, like, and I would consider that's deep. And it's a long time. Like, that's really a long time. Like, 17, my dad did 22. Like, he was in jail almost my whole life. Like, legitimately almost. Honestly, it's 23. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. I told you I got this stupid cough. Okay? So, alright. So, I am the black sheep. So, I do relate to this statement. Damn. Yeah, we definitely gonna have to talk about this outside of the live. Damn. She only had 3 kids. I don't know. My mom. Hold up. Okay. So my mom got mad. Yeah. My mom got mad at me while we were having a conversation while she was drunk and told me that I was an accident and that she should have swallowed me. And I have never forgiven her for it. Never. I like to remind her about it every time I get the chance. When she starts saying, well, I'm your mother. You said you should have swallowed me. You didn't want me. So, the black... So, let's stop. We're on, like, the emotional impact. Damn. My cough in my chest. That is not how a mother is supposed to talk to their children. See? All right. Okay. So this is why so many black sheep like struggle with rejection and low self-esteem and like estrangement, where they don't want to be around the family. Like they want to separate from the family. They want to leave. They want to go do their own thing. Yeah, my chest hurt. Just making my... Oh. Okay, so like they might often feel misunderstood, isolated, and constantly on guard, expecting criticism. But many black sheep grow into strong, empathetic individuals because they've learned to question unhealthy systems. So I feel like I become a better person because while everybody else in my household was saying, no, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not facing that. I'm not here for it. Like, they're like, I'm okay, we're just going to ignore it. We're going to sweep all this under the rug. We're going to act like this didn't happen. I was the one who was questioning that. I'm like, no. He's supposed to be my brother and he touched on me for 10 years and nobody's doing anything about it. Are you not going to help me? Are you not going to listen to me? No, you're a liar. I don't believe you. You're just a kid being a kid. That's bullshit. Bullshit. What I'm telling you that I know what he's doing is wrong. And I'm telling you he's doing it so that you can stop it. So you can protect me. But rather than do that, you want to call me a liar? Okay, fuck you then. Fuck you and this family. I don't even want to be a part of this family no more. What kind of shit is that? Yeah, so this where we talk about the uncomfortable situations, all right? So we try to make it make sense. You know, it's make it make sense. So let's make it make sense because I want to have the uncomfortable conversation because why ain't we talking about it? Why y'all want to keep acting like it's not happening? Oh, so I'm a liar now. So now I'm a liar. So now you want to go and you want to tarnish my name and say that I'm lying about something because everybody else in here knows it's happening, but nobody wants to do something about it. Okay, right. So I'll be the black sheep then. Since everybody going to keep acting like it's not happening, I wouldn't piss on that boy's grave if he was on fire. He can't come to my cookouts. He ain't allowed around my daughter. He can't come, none of that. None of that. Because if he did it to me, he'll try to do it to her. No, absolutely not. No, I don't believe it. And I don't understand why nobody's saying anything about it. That's my biggest problem. That was my biggest problem growing up. They keep saying what happened in this house, stay in this house. Ain't no what happened in this house, stay in this house. It ain't supposed to be happening. It ain't supposed to be happening. Let's talk about it, baby. Please. Talk about it with me. Why are we doing this? Why do you think this shit is okay? And then, the golden child, they want to protect everybody. They want to help everybody and shit. He was over there pretending like it didn't happen. Guess what happened to him too? And then like two of my other sisters and then like two of my little brothers and also there was a couple god sisters who weren't at the house all the time but came to the house sometimes. And sometimes he would go over to their house. He did shit to them too. And then when I said something about it, everybody acted like I was crazy. But that's, that's the standard black sheep. I had the audacity to expose something that this family wanted to hide from everybody. So now I'm wrong. Fine then. I'll be wrong. It's cool. It's cool. And that's why I don't talk to half the people in my family no more. No cap. That's why I don't talk to half of them. And then like for the golden child, the pressures can lead them to have anxiety, struggles with perfectionism, a lack of identity outside of the family's expectations. Like, I'm never going to be good enough type of mentality. They might they might not even realize it, but they've been living somebody else's version of success their whole life. They often struggle with boundaries because they were trained to please and perform, not to feel. So, so in both ways, they were both robbed of their authentic self, just in a different way. Like, that's deep. I never really thought of it that way either. I might just be learning something with y'all right now too, because I've never thought of it like that. Trying to be what somebody else wants you to be is crazy. But I'm not gonna lie. Then I think I might have some of the issues that golden child had growing up. Like, that's deep. Like, struggling with your boundaries because of that. Like, because you're trained to please and perform. That's deep. Oh, my poor golden child. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You just gave in to what everybody wanted you to do. And I was over here being a radical, exposing what was going on in the house. I'm telling. I'm a snitch, she snitch when you like to be a snitch. That boy was doing stuff. And somebody should have did something to stop it. Like, they ain't like me. They still don't like me. I kid y'all not. Some of the family members still don't like me. They ain't gonna like me, and I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's fine. Because I ain't gonna keep letting y'all make me feel no type of way. Okay? So, how do you break free from these roles? Okay? Like, how do you separate yourself from being just a black sheep or a golden child? The first step is awareness. Realizing that these labels were never about your worth. Like, so for a black sheep, healing might mean letting go of the guilt or shame and learning that being different isn't being wrong. What you taking? You mean like medicine wise? Theraflu. For my cough. Theraflu. It's upstairs though. I didn't take none in the last 4 hours. So I'm probably going to need to take another dose. I gotta go back down. And for a golden child, it's about unlearning perfectionism and allowing themselves to be imperfect, even if that disappoints others. Y'all, I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself with this one, y'all. Jesus. Therapy can help both roles reconnect with their authentic selves, exploring their inner child, working on their boundaries, and their self-expression. Y'all, this is deep. This is wow. Okay. Listen, because I'm telling you, I had to. Like, I had to spend so much time relearning me after I separated myself from my family and so-called friends that were telling me, like, I wasn't good enough. Like, I had to fix something about me. Like, baby, you couldn't tell me I'm not perfect now. I'm so perfectly imperfect that I'm perfect. For me. Like, I love all my flaws. I love all my positive attributes. And some of the negative ones, I actually do. Like, I got some quirks with me. And I think I'm great. Okay? And it's okay. It's okay. Babe, it's okay to love you. All right? All of you. Even the messy pieces. All right? So, and when, like, okay, so, like, when, like, back to where I was saying about the sibling stuff, you know, we're talking about brothers and sisters, and we use Alex and Jordan as the surnames for the people that we referenced in here. So, like, when siblings begin to understand each other's experiences, it can heal long-standing resentment. Sometimes the golden child realizes, wait, I was controlled too, and the black sheep realizes, you weren't my enemy. The system was. And that's what I'm saying. I'm talking to myself too. I have water and I have been drinking it. It doesn't change anything. So I'm also asthmatic, y'all. So when I get real worked up, the cough comes because of that too. I need to take a breathing treatment. But I got 30 minutes I need to talk still. So okay. I think I got this. I got ginger ale too. You weren't my enemy type of situation. This one right here. So me and my brother just recently, I want to say 2 weekends ago, had a conversation. And the conversation was kind of wrapped around the black sheep and the golden child dynamic. And it was filled with a lot of us apologizing to one another because it seemed like well, no, my brother was trying to apologize to me, and I was telling him there was no need for him to apologize because as I've gone through my healing journey, I've learned that a lot of this stuff and the issues that we had did not stem from us having issues with each other. It was based on how our parents pinned us against each other. Like, they put us on two different sides of the fence, and they wanted us to beef, which is really toxic. Because why would you want your children not to get along? Like, and that was the most powerful moment for us. Like, healing doesn't mean rewriting the past. It means reclaiming the narrative. So, like, in that moment, we took back, like, that's my brother. Like, that's going to be my brother to the day I die. Like, and he might go with me. He's not, like, this is my Irish twin. Baby, we born on the same day, 1 year apart. Okay. We could, I'm telling you, we could talk about it at 10 o'clock. When I'm done with my live, we could talk. So, alright, like, if you're listening and you're identifying as either one of these roles, known as the black sheep or the golden child. Excuse me, that was so unladylike. Excuse me. I want anybody who's listening who's like, okay, I'm the black sheep or I'm the golden child or either one of these, like, just know, like, you didn't choose these roles. Like, it was assigned to you in an environment that didn't see you clearly. Like, and you can choose to step out of it. And, you can rewrite your own identity around who you are and who you truly are, and not who your family wants or needs you to be. In fact, I had to let it out. The black sheep teaches us about authenticity, and the golden child teaches us about approval. Together, they show us what happens when love is conditional and how powerful it is when you choose to love, when we choose to love ourselves unconditionally. And maybe, just maybe, understanding both sides helps us to build more honest families in the future. Ones where every child can get to feel like a full human being. For me personally, I feel like a lot of kids are stuck in this dynamic. Like, it's something that isn't easy. Oh, I need to take this down. Um. Okay. So, where was I at? It isn't like it isn't easy trying to fit into this mold that your parents have for you. Um. Okay. I Where was I at? I lost it. So I'm gonna dig a little deeper into like the black sheep, like the outlier, the questioner, the rebel. Sometimes they're artistic, outspoken, or just emotionally understand, honest with the family, and they don't hold back too well. They're labeled as difficult, dramatic, too sensitive, or even selfish. Like these are all things that my family used to say about me. And my brother was like the achiever, the perfect one, like he could do no wrong. So like it was I didn't like that I wasn't their favorite, and I didn't like that I was considered more of a disappointment at times than my brother was, or that I was exceeding more than him. And then, but at some point I feel like our roles became reversed. But I don't never feel like he was genuinely like the black sheep. Like I don't think anybody ever just like put him out above everything else. Like, and I do think he did become at some point the emotional scapegoat for stuff like for like stealing and stuff. Like if someone missing in the house, he got the blame for it. Like, but that was because he used to steal, and he knew he used to steal. But outside of that, like, I don't know. This is gonna be even more of a conversation that me and him gonna have to have, because we did have a conversation where we was like there was understanding given, but like there was still a little bit of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit more emotionally intelligent in certain areas than my brother is. There's a lot of healing that he hasn't been willing to address. So, all right, so we're going to use another reference between like an example, okay? So there's two sisters. One's name is Leah, one's name is Mia. And, Leah's a straight A student. And my stand doesn't want to work. Let me put this back over here. And she's like always neat and always polite and all this other stuff. So like just kind of like Alex from my earlier reference story. Well, example. And Mia's a little more messy. This is awful. Trying to talk and have this cough is dreadful. Okay, so like fast forward into adulthood. Okay, no. Yeah, I guess because Leah. Okay, so this is like a deeper explanation of what I was already saying. So the people pleaser, constantly burnt out, independent, and struggles with trust. That's not what I wanted to talk about. All right, pause. Let me get back to where I was. So, this is the part. All right, so I got to the part where I was saying if you identify as the black sheep, just know that your independence, your courage, and your truth telling, those are strengths, they're not flaws. And if you recognize yourself as a golden child, that your empathy, your discipline, and your desire to do right? Those are beautiful things too. Both of these roles have their gifts. The black sheep brings authenticity, and the golden child brings compassion. Together, they show that there's a balance between being real and being kind. Um, so maybe the healing isn't about choosing one or the other, but about integrating both energies within ourselves. So, and I kind of love that. I kind of love that. I do love that. Because I think that was the issue that I was having as I was reading through my script for the second time today. And trying to explain to you guys how I feel about this whole thing. I kind of feel like I identify with both terms. So originally when I decided, okay, I'm going to do my podcast where I'm discussing about like the black sheep and the golden child, I thought it was going to be more of a versus thing. Like it was like, they were competing. But in reality, as I kind of went through this, I realized like there's so many similarities there that in reality, we were just two kids trying to be kids, and our parents wouldn't let us be. Like, that's deep. And I kind of feel like I relate with both sides. Like, I strived for excellence as a child. Like, I got straight A's. I was on every sports team. I played the flute, violin, guitar, trumpet, like, African dance, African drumming. Like, I did everything to see if my parents would acknowledge me in some type of way for something positive that I was doing. Believe it or not, I don't think I got any acknowledgement from them until I started doing things bad. Like, until I got suspended for the first time, or a teacher called home. Like, they didn't recognize me for real. My grandma was tight too. Like, shit, like, why would you get in trouble, girl? Oh wow. I guess I kind of needed this episode more than I thought I did. Like, it's crazy to think that all I wanted to do was tell the truth about the things that was going on in our household. And I wanted my mom I wanted the authority figures in my household to acknowledge that I wasn't wrong for telling the truth about the things that had been happening. Like, and they just gave my brother everything that he wanted. And it was like, if I asked for one thing, I was wrong. And I never understood that. And I feel like that's why me and my brother like kind of bumped heads. Because I'm like, bro, I'm doing everything that they asked you to do. I'm doing it. I'm actively doing what they're asking you to do. And they're not acknowledging me for it at all. But you don't do nothing. You're not doing nothing, bro. You've been going on your bike for 6 hours. Gone. Nigga, you left me in the woods on the bike, bro. I'm home 2 hours late. I was lost in the woods. Your son left me there. But does that matter? No. Now I'm beat because I'm late. No, I'm sorry, y'all. That was a flashback. It was unnecessary. But it was just like, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's crazy. Like, no longer being defined by these roles and united by self-awareness and taking accountability and acknowledgement for the things that are going on in your life. That hurts. That cough hurt so bad. So bad. All right, so... All right, at this point, right, if today's episode resonated with you, share it with someone you think who might need it. You never know whose story, who this story might help rewrite, you know? So everybody needs a little bit of guidance. So you never know who needs it, so make sure you get it out there. Remember, you're not the role you're cast into. You're the person you choose to become. Yo, I'm telling y'all, that cough just tore me up. Ugh. Ooh. So, all right. So if you're still listening, you're still watching, I want you to take a second to reflect, all right? So close your eyes and think of the version of you that felt unseen, right? And what would you tell them now? Like, because for me, when I think back to the version of myself that felt unseen, what I would tell me now is that I see you. As simple as that. I had to talk to little Michelle, little Maka, the version of me that I would acknowledge that I mattered. Like, and I think I would tell myself to find that security inside of me. Like, I would tell me, like, it doesn't matter how anybody else sees you. You matter to you, right? Like, and I think that was one of the biggest issues I had growing up, was that I was looking for validation from mostly my parent, the one that I did have actively growing up, and I don't think I got it. In fact, even at 29 years old, I would say that I still haven't received validation from this said parent, but I also no longer look for it either. I started to validate myself. I found it in me, and I think that's better than anything else my parent could ever try to give me. And I found it myself. Like, I acknowledged the change in me and the growth, and I stopped doing the things that I was doing in life to appease them, but more to validate myself. Like, I learned just to validate me. I don't know how else to reword that either. But okay. So before we close, all right? We're gonna do like meditation for a second, right? I want to invite you guys to take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. All right, let's do it again. All right. Wherever you are right now, in your car, in your room, on a walk, just let your shoulders like drop down. All right. Let your jaw unclench. Let your body soften a little bit, okay? All right. Now, think of your younger self, the version of you that felt unseen, unappreciated, not quite enough. Whew. The one who tried so hard to fit in, or the one who gave up trying. Picture them standing in front of you. Maybe as a child, maybe as a teenager. See their face, their eyes, their hope, their confusion. Okay? You with me? All right. And what do you want to say to them? Maybe it's something like you didn't do anything wrong. You were enough all along. You don't have to earn love. Now imagine giving that younger version of you a hug or just a look of understanding. Tell them that it's okay now, that you see them, that they don't have to be a black sheep or a golden child anymore. They just have to be themselves. Yeah. Now let that truth sink in. You don't have to perform to be loved. You don't have to rebel to be free. You just can simply be who you are right now. Excuse me. Is already enough. And maybe as you move throughout the week, you can carry this awareness with you. Notice when you slip back into your own patterns, people pleasing, or feeling like you have to fight to be seen, or genuinely remind yourself like that's not who I am anymore. You're allowed to redefine yourself. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to be loved without conditions, without roles, without mask. So breathe in and breathe out. Relax and understand that, like, this was definitely a lot to unpack. For real, for real. Like, I didn't realize how much similarities a black sheep and a golden child had until today. And I was just trying to talk about it. But I learned something. Because I thought I knew. I thought I was just going to talk from my experiences from having, like, a brother and having sisters and family members. Like, but I learned something, y'all here. Let me find out. Oh. Not all black sheep get along, but dang, that was deep. And ultimately, it was definitely worth the realization of it. So, I did start this live a little early. So it'll still be a good hour, regardless of whether I stay to the very end of it or not. But, that was so deep. Yeah. I want to thank everybody who has been here with me for my miraculous hour. And taking the time to reflect over the conversation that I was having with you guys. I hope that somebody learned something throughout this as well. That was awesome. That was awesome. So I suck at that completely. So, anywho, thank you guys for joining me. It's always a blast in the past with you guys. I do have another guest coming on next week. On the 11th, I will have Writer's Block 412 live with me. I'm not sure if it's going to be in person yet or if it'll be virtually, but I'll figure out the details later in this week and I will let you guys know. But I'm excited for it. That is on Tuesday. Oh, I do still have Blossom Nicole on Sunday. That is an additional live. You guys know I normally only live stream Tuesdays at 8 p.m., Fridays at 9. I'm going to show up whether the guests show up or not. I be here. This is when I go live. This is my live time. That was an amazing conversation. I feel like I talked to myself the whole time, but it's okay. It's okay because y'all was here with me. That was definitely deep. I enjoyed that conversation wholeheartedly. Wow. Oh, I feel. Oh, I left you on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Anyways, anywho's, I will be live again probably later, depending on what my sister's doing. Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to go back over there and see what hers doing. All right. Anywho, I'm gonna have to go back over there and see. Thank you guys for joining me for this episode of Make It Make Sense. This was episode 20, and we talked about the black sheep and the golden child. It was deep. I loved it. It was a conversation for real. And I'm gonna get her because she's supposed to be over here in my lab the whole time. Anyway, I'm out. I'm done with this one. Peace. I'll be back over here later. Okay? Ugh. Bye-bye. Wait, what are you saying? Yeah, you missed it. You missed it. But it's okay. Wait, you did miss it. But I post my live streams on YouTube to be watched again later. So I'm going to download this. And then I'm going to post it on YouTube. So you can watch it again. All right? It was actually a really good conversation though. Without me? All right, let me get off. See y'all later. Bye.